We will be discussing how to set up communications between Loadman Fleet Manager software and the Loadman in-cab truck meter with the built-in optional Bluetooth adapter. Loadman offers several connectivity options to our client. The standard is the Loadman meter with a RS-232 adapter that allows a direct connection to a computer's serial interface and to other devices. Loadman provides additional options that include a second RS-232 adapter, a cellular modem, a Bluetooth adapter, a GPS antenna. These options can be built into the Loadman in-cab truck meter. The Loadman meter is shown here with an optional Bluetooth, optional GPS, and the standard RS-232 adapter. The meter can function with only the RS-232 port, but in that mode, it would only capture weighing information. The GPS adapter allows the meter to also capture load site GPS coordinates, and Bluetooth is one of two available options that allows data to be transferred wirelessly between the meter and the fleet manager. With the Bluetooth option, communications between the truck and fleet manager occurs when the truck is in proximity to the fleet manager. Here are step-by-step instructions on setting up Fleet Manager to communicate via Bluetooth. The meter collects, stores, and transmits data to the Fleet Manager. It also uses route information from Fleet Manager to facilitate the driver's ability to drive the route. Two parameters must be set in order for the meter to communicate with Fleet Manager. We must ensure that Bluetooth is turned on in the meter and confirm that the meter serial number is correctly set. To begin the process, we must first place the meter into setup mode by holding down the power button until the meter displays Loadman setup. Now release the power button. Now that we are in setup mode, let's confirm that the Bluetooth option is turned on in the meter. First, depress and release the Up Select button until Install No is displayed. Then, depress the left program button to change No to a Yes and hit the Set button. This gets us into the installation configuration. Depress and release the Up Select button until RS-232 is displayed. Depress and release the left program button. Depress the Set button. The display will read Bluetooth off. Depress the left program button to change the off to on. And depress the Set button to save your choice. The Bluetooth option is now turned on, and we may move on to the next step. We must now ensure that the meter serial number is correctly set. Let's depress and release the Up Select button until serial number is displayed. Now, we could have gone the opposite direction by using the down select, and we would have gotten to this item a lot quicker. But here it is. Our current serial number is 82606. We need to confirm that the number displayed is identical to the number that is supported by our software license. If incorrect, depress and release the left program button to initiate changes to the number displayed. So, for instance, if our number, my license number was 82707, we would depress the left program button. As soon as I hit press it, you'll notice that the cursor has begun to flash. Use the Up Select button to change the 6 to a 7, and the left program button, you need to press it twice to advance 2 places to the left. Now we use the Up program button to change the 6 to a 7, and once we have the correct number entered, we hit the Set button to record the change. So now my meter number is 82707, and that needs to match the number that's supported by my Fleet Manager license. Now that we have set our serial number, we need to save all our configuration changes and exit setup. So let's just depress the off select button until exit setup no is displayed. Then depress the left program button to change no to a yes. Press the set button to save your changes and exit the setup mode. And we're done. We have set up the meter. Now we need to set up Bluetooth in Fleet Manager. I am using a USB to serial Bluetooth adapter to connect the computer running Loadman Fleet Manager to the in-cab truck meter. First, we'll need to start Device Manager by clicking on Start. Let's click on Start and type the program name to start Device Manager, which is DEV MGMT.MSC, and hit enter. The only reason I'm going to ports here is to find out which COM port is supporting my Bluetooth adapter. Right here it says COM4, so jot that down and close out of here. From Fleet Manager, go to Tools, Connections, and we're going to confirm the Bluetooth configuration. So highlight Bluetooth and click on Edit. Notice I'll confirm the baud rate is 9600. If you remember, the adapter was COM4 in Device Manager, so select COM4 here. We will leave the defaults as is. Stop bits is set to 1. Note that the device will poll every 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. You can change that if you so desire. We'll click on OK. While we're here, let's click on Tools, Advanced Settings, and click on Bluetooth Meter Connections. Now, if you go back to Tools and back to Advanced Settings, you'll notice that Bluetooth Meter Connections is set. Now we'll need to set up a truck to use Bluetooth connection we just created. If we go to Trucks, select the truck to edit, and attempt to set up the Bluetooth connection, we'll find that a Bluetooth address is required. So let me click on Trucks, find the truck I want to set up, click on Edit. It says COM is currently disabled for this truck. I'll choose Bluetooth, and it requires a Bluetooth address. So how do I get that? Let's close this, and we'll go to Tools, Advanced Functions, Connect COM port, and choose the Bluetooth, and say OK. This will open up a terminal emulation screen. It says Bluetooth is actually polling trucks right now. Do I wish to stop the polling and continue? I say yes. And here's my screen. It says polling will be restarted when the terminal is closed. What I need to do is a Bluetooth query. And we'll click on that. And here, I know this is actually my meter, but let me show you how to determine which one's yours if there's more than one Bluetooth device responding to this query. 2 of them have responded. I can turn mine off. I'll turn my device off right now, and I will close this and redo the query. And you remember when I did this first, mine was the first one that showed up. And there is one that showed up. Now, if I turn my meter back on, here is another that's shown up, and that's the one that's mine. So I'll copy the address, and that copies it to the clipboard. I'll click OK. I can go ahead and close this, and I can go ahead and close this. So now we can go back to Trucks, click on Trucks, click the truck you want to set up, click on Edit, go here and we do Bluetooth. You can paste the information that's on the clipboard by doing a Control-V, or you can do a right mouse click right here and paste it in. Either way, it works fine. Its polling is enabled, so as soon as we're done with this, it will start up. There's one other thing that you need to be aware of. This meter number should be the same one that you set up when you set up Bluetooth in the meter. So confirm that that's right and say OK. And it comes back with changing communications configuration requires that communications within the meter be disabled. You can continue with your work, but you must restart LoadMan Fleet Manager to restart communications. And it asks me if I want to proceed, and I'll say yes. And now the connection's set for Bluetooth, and there's the address. While we're in here, there's one additional thing we need to do, and that is go to Tools, Advanced Settings, and make sure that Bluetooth meter connections are set. And I know we did that before, but that is very important. Without it, it will not work. The very last thing we need to do is test our setup to make sure that it is working. Let's click on Routes to ensure that the truck we set up is assigned to a route. Select the route that is serviced by that truck, and we'll just click on Download and watch for successful completion. It's pending download, and it should begin the download as soon as it connects to the meter. There we go. It has completed successfully. So that confirms that our setup is right, and we've completed our setup. Congratulations, and thank you for watching Communication Setup for Bluetooth. You may now watch the next video in the series, Communication Setup for Cellular Modem.